So I've been thinking about the wonderful things that have been in writing or video presentations about keys to getting through this period of time. And as somebody who speaks more to a person than to a group of people or to the hyperspace universe, it's really hard for me to think about how what I usually do in a room translates to a mass audience. The one thing I could come up with, partly because it's a directive to personalization, is the idea of the three things that get us through crisis and transformation in our lives. And it's interesting to me that those two concepts actually live together. A crisis as something that requires of us a kind of rapid change or a deep change, not unlike what we seek, which is to really grow and develop and learn. So here are the three things, so I can try and do this in 2-ish minutes. So item number 1 is life is all about transformation and change. So whether it's the day you bring your first child home from the hospital, or whether or not it's when you drop them off at kindergarten, and you're letting go and they're finding their way into a world and making sense of it without you being right there, or any of the major transitions in life, including what's transformations in social relationships we call social spacing, or in the nature of work. These are things that we've spent our whole lives doing. And in fact, we benefit by them because they refine us and they help us grow. And oftentimes, even though unwanted, we end up thinking of value. So a thought is, what transformations or what changes and crises have you faced? And what can you see in yourself as things that have been the deep learnings about how you get through a time like this? So that's item number 1. Item number 2 is the idea that we call upon relationships and social interaction and engagement, even if it is at a distance, as something that we can utilize as a resource and as a support. We find a place where we connect with people because we think better in relationship. We understand better as people convey to us what they understand about us, how they hear us, what they see in us, that we can't possibly know exists outside of interaction and relationship. So item number 2 is the social and interrelated aspect of things, particularly challenging at this time. And yet, as I think one of the things that I've heard from person after person is they're spending time on the phone. They're spending time reaching out to people. They're communicating almost more than ever. At times in which there might be less intensity about why they're doing it, and yet there's something very deeply fulfilling and understanding at this time about our need for each other and interdependent reality. So there is that we've faced challenges before. There is in relationship, we come to a deeper understanding and a support structure. And the words for the third thing are a trust in emergence or the unknown. So I've talked about crisis and opportunity, and I've talked about relationships. And this third thing can live in the world of spirituality. It can live in the world of science. It can live in the world of faith and trust. But it's that we don't need to have answers. We need to have what allows us to hold the space without answers. And these are three things that have been with us forever in our lives. And though this is a new adaptation towards them, it's not anything that we haven't done before.